Watson, and you're watching The Rose Table. Today's a very special day. It's actually the 1-year anniversary of The Rose Table, so I thought to kick that off and to celebrate, I would teach you how to make an heirloom Bolognese recipe that's actually my grandmother's recipe. So let's get started. So this is a really classic spaghetti sauce. My grandmother actually started making this in the 1940s, and now it's my mom's pasta sauce, my aunt's pasta sauce, my uncle's pasta sauce, and I make it too. I never actually got to meet my grandmother because she passed away when my mom was still a teenager, but I feel really connected to her through food. I actually use a lot of her recipes today. So this sauce starts with a yellow onion, and we're just going to chop this up and brown it with some beef. Break this up a little bit. It'll take a while to brown. Just keep an eye on it, and you don't want to let it stick, so don't walk away. I picked this beef up from a local farmer yesterday, and you're supposed to do 2 pounds in the pasta sauce, but he tossed in a little bit extra, and I thought that wouldn't hurt anything, so it's a little over 2 pounds. So you can see if I tilt the bowl how much fat we have. So you just kind of want to go in here with a ladle and very carefully ladle some of that fat out. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, this is looking really good. The beef is nice and brown, and we've got our fat out. So now we're going to start adding our other ingredients. So we're going to grab our garlic. Just toss it right in there. And give it a stir. Garlic is one of my all-time favorite flavors and smells. I just cannot get enough. So we're just going to toss in our tomato sauce. Make sure you get it all out. Okay, and whew, that's a lot. You want this to be really thin because it's gonna cook for hours, so all the flavors will get to know each other. They're gonna have 2 or 3 hours. You could even leave it on for 4, honestly. Add a small can of tomato paste, and that will thicken it up. Oh my gosh, that is just pure tomato love. I'm making a mess over here. I never said I was a clean cook. I'm a very messy cook. It's bold of me to wear a white shirt today. I'm gonna get 2 cans of water. This is very old school. Just gonna toss in some water. So you're just gonna start with the 2 cans, and it's gonna look really thin, but don't panic because it's gonna have hours to cook, so it'll cook down. And if you notice later that it is getting too thick, then you just wanna add some more water. And if it's still too thin later on, then all you have to do is uncover it, and it'll cook down quite a bit. Look at that, it's just gorgeous. And just stir in your herbs. Look at that, what a beautiful color. Yum. This has been loved and enjoyed since the 1940s, this recipe. Turn down the heat to low, and all that's to do now is cover it and let this hang out for about 2 hours and then come check it on your lowest setting. Just let it, you just really want the flavors to get to know each other. So now my videographer and I are going to go enjoy a movie, an entire movie you can watch after you put the pasta sauce on the stove. So I will see you back in a couple hours. Now that I have my water set to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and add some fresh herbs. I actually just ran out to the yard to pick these. Oh my God, there's nothing like fresh basil. And let me tell you, you do not get more fresh than it was growing 5 seconds ago before it's going in the pot. Yum. And it'll cook down too. We've still got a couple minutes. So I think I'm just gonna partially cover it. And then we'll just boil our noodles. So you just want to cook your pasta according to package directions. This one cooks for about 8 to 9 minutes, so always check it after the shortest amount of time, and you want it just al dente. And I'm just gonna ladle some right over. And there's a lot of ways that you can do this. You could really just have dumped the noodles right in here. I really like my sauce stirred into my pasta. A lot of Americans tend to eat it like this, where you put the noodles on the plate and then you put the pasta sauce straight on top. I like to stir it around, but this made so much sauce, and I'm actually gonna freeze some for later. It freezes really well. So I'm just gonna ladle some of the sauce on here, and then I'll stir it in. I'm just gonna mix it up. And what I love about this particular shape, if I say the name, I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but they're bigger than macaroni shells, but they're still shells, and I really love doing shells when I'm doing pasta sauce like this, a Bolognese sauce, because it really, all the meat and the sauce gets up in those little shells. It's just delicious. Tear a little bit more basil on top, just for fun. I don't think anyone in the history of time has ever said, man, I wish this Bolognese sauce had less basil. So it's kind of around, and then maybe just stick a nice big flourish right there, and there you have it. Classic heirloom Bolognese from my grandmother's table to yours. Enjoy.